Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday Preview. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Sunday Preview, the children of the Great Horned Rat. With slightly singed whiskers, the Skaven pour out in uncountable mass. With a whole horde of new miniatures and a Battletome, which go on pre-order next week. There's also a made-to-order for Middle-earth strategy battle game and a stack of books from Black Library. So there's a little video right here, but we're going to take a look at the full article. The Skaven are now in the Ascendant, their scabrous god fully established within the Chaos Pantheon, and their boundless desire to consume being realized in real time. Battletome Skaven is the ultimate companion for these vile ratmen, demonstrating their craven behavior in full and providing all the tools required to play with them. At 128 pages long, with an 8-page gatefold section, Battletome Skaven is packed with lore and features battle traits, battle formations, heroic traits, artifacts of power, spells, prayers, and manifestation lores. There are 43 Warscrolls covering the vast menagerie of Skaven characters, troops, horrors, and war machines, plus rules for the Gnaw-beast Clawpack Spearhead, 2 armies of renown, and 2 regiments of renown. Alright, very cool. So we got the release of the first Age of Sigmar Battletome Skaven coming up for pre-order next week. Battletome Skaven Gamers Edition. New for the latest edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar are Gamers Edition Battletomes, which contain all the same great content in smaller format. It's all explained here. The Skaven Edition includes 61 rules reference cards, which cover all the essential rules you need to play, as well as cards for your Spearhead force, and both armies and regiments of renown. These are kept in an envelope in the back cover. Okay, so it's basically a soft cover Battletome and then includes the Warscroll cards as well. Now, we don't know if these Warscroll cards are going to be exactly the same as the other ones or what the differences are going to be, but we do know that Games Workshop has pivoted and they're eliminating the Age of Sigmar Battletomes limited edition. They haven't been selling that well. They've been sitting in the store for a while, so Games Workshop is trying a different route. And honestly, I like it. Rather than catering towards the collector's editions, which aren't that popular, and it's really just like a different cover and a little more fancy of a book, they're moving more towards like the actual gamers and like usefulness to the people. Now, I always hate when a product goes away, but obviously they haven't been selling that well. And hopefully this will be a useful tool for people out there that are playing the game. And we'll have to see how these are received. They haven't been extremely precise as to what the differentiation is going to be. Like, is this still going to be the full codex? It's just soft cover and a little bit smaller. Does it still have all of like the lore and the stories in the background? Or is that stuff eliminated and this is more just rules? Are the card packs going to be exactly the same as what you would normally buy separately and now they're just included in a bundle deal? Or is this going to be like a more comprehensive, more like range full card pack and there's going to be other stuff missing? And I am really curious to find out the details, because Games Workshop has laid out some of the details, but they've also been kind of vague. I feel like if they would just explicitly state exactly what the benefit of this set is, and then also clearly define what you're getting in this set that you're not getting in the other set, or vice versa, with the normal Battletome, and then purchasing the card pack separately, that way there's no confusion within the consumers. But we will find out soon enough, even if it's not directly from Games Workshop. Alright, and then next we have the Spearhead Skaven. The Skaven have assembled 2 mighty Spearhead forces. One is available in the Ultimate Starter Set, while the second is a new release. This is the Warspark Claw Pack, featuring 25 miniatures, including a classic Grey Seer leading 3 Storm Fiends, fusions of Moulder experiments and Scryer Tech, a Warp Lightning Cannon, and 20 new Clanrats. Rules for using the Spearhead in the bespoke game mode will be available for free on Warhammer Community, or you can simply add them to your army as flea-bitten reinforcements. Okay, so this does have the new Clanrats included in it, which is pretty nice. I can't remember if this is exactly the same as the old Spearhead as far as like composition, and they've just included the new Clanrats. I know before it did have the Storm Fiends, but honestly, I'm not sure about the other stuff. It does look like it's the same composition, but new models alongside some of the old models. So very cool. I do like that they're doing 2 Spearheads for each faction as the Codex is released also. So you have some options within each of the factions. Rather than just being kind of like pigeonholed into a single box set, you're going to have multiples that you can use in Spearhead. So very cool. Alright, and then next we have Vizzik Skour, Prophet of the Horned Rat. So this is a beautiful new model, right along lines with like Usharan, an awesome centerpiece, very, very nice sculpt. Definitely looking forward to this guy. He is a 100% on my list of things to pick up. The old Verminlord kit was super cool and you could build a bunch of different Verminlords from it, but this new character is absolutely amazing and really demonstrates just how far Games Workshop sculpts have come, because this is top notch. Every god needs their herald, and the Great Horned Rat has elevated a monster into prophet via the apocalyptic fires of the Vermin Doom. Vizzik Skour now leads a congregation known as the Great Grand Gnaw Horde, infecting allies and dissonants alike with a death frenzy, driving them to greater and greater heights of senseless violence. A massive creature draped with tattered robes, armed with an unholy gnaw staff, covered with a host of vermin, and crowned with a cluster of twisted horns. This malignant priest is a fantastic centerpiece for the Skaven army. Yeah, I have to agree. Absolutely amazing model. Next, we have Krittok Foulblade, a brand new character. Of all the Clawlords of the clan Verminus, only Krittok Foulblade is assiduous enough to dangle the promise of survival to foster a sense of loyalty in his minions. Despite his advanced age for a Skaven, Krittok is deadly in combat with his demon blade Doomfang. He can fight with the ferocity of a much younger Skaven every time he strikes a bargain with the Vermin Lord trapped within it, though every time a deal is made, the demon's sentence is reduced. So very cool model, very cool lore. And next we have the Arch-Warlock, another super cool model. Definitely love the sort of like biomechanical look to him. Each of the clan Scryer is ruled by a master inventor and chaotic engineer known as the Arch-Warlock. Their singed fur and cruel prosthesis speaks to reckless life spent in pursuit of new, ever more destructive weapons. Their mastery of technology is a form of sorcery, which they conjure with crackling stormcage halberds. Really, really awesome right here. Definitely loving the new Skaven range. Lots of people have been waiting a long time for the Skaven refresh. It's finally here, and I've got to say that it has fully exceeded my expectations. Next, we have the Warlock Galvaneer. All Skaven Warlocks are obsessed with pushing technology to its limits, and the Warlock Galvaneers' inquiries are generally focused on unpredictable warp lightning. Their Warp Volt Obliterators channel coruscated ribbons of energy, which can fry foes or supercharge allies' weapon batteries. So again, really nice element in the actual gameplay, great model. I've played up against some Skaven and alongside some as well in our new escalation league for Age of Sigmar, and the Skaven are phenomenal. They have some super cool abilities. They can increase their damage output but at a cost of damaging themselves, and honestly it's an awesome game mechanic. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. Next, we have the Master Moulder. Master Moulders are the overlords of Clans Moulder, dedicated to pushing the limits of flesh as far as they can, with grotesque results. Their creations are amalgamations of stitched flesh, horrors that bear the resemblance to the original forms. Another great model right here, definitely leaning in on the kind of Skaven body horror. And next we have Acolyte Globadiers. The clan Scryer have a penchant for deadly weapons, but few are as lethal as the volatile poisoned wind globes. Acolyte Globadiers hurl these fragile poison orbs at their foes, choking them with Warpstone tainted gas. Really, really nice reimagination of an old kit that was always awesome. Beautiful paint job on these as well, really nice sculpts. And these things used to be lethal, and I fully expect that they're going to continue to be absolutely awesome, not only on the table, but gameplay as well. And next we have the Warpspark Weapon Battery. When possible, Skaven prefer to remain safe from reprisal and engage their enemies from a distance. Warpspark Weapon Battery crews take the step further to hide themselves with the seething swarms, thinning out enemy forces from within the safety of numbers. This set builds 3 teams which can be equipped with Warp Volt Scourgers, Ratling Guns, and Warpfire Throwers. Again, really nicely done. Love these sculpts. Really cool weapon options and diversity of actual models. Next we have the Warp Grinder. The beam fired from this Warp Drill Fang can punch through the skin of reality itself, allowing the Skaven to tunnel into the midst of combat. When they arrive, this weapon makes short work of the toughest armor. Another cool model. Lots and lots of options for Skaven here. It looks like they're going to have a fully fleshed out range, as well as tons of options for how to build your army, which are the clans to lean in on, and just tons of monsters, war machine, and different options. And next we have the new Stormvermin. Those destined to join the Stormvermin are chosen at birth after showing their worth by devouring their broodmates. They are then submitted to brutal training regimes by pitless Clawlords and outfitted with the very best equipment available. Their discipline and ferocity is unusual amongst Skaven and often surprises enemies expecting the typical uncoordinated rabble. So again, beautiful kit right here, really nice new models. Definitely a big glow up from the old Stormvermin who are already cool. These are absolutely amazing. Next we have Doom-Flayers. The endless tinkering of Scryer engineers has resulted in many manic machines, such as the erratic Doom-Flayers. Their riders love nothing more than revving up their warp engines and clattering into the enemy with devastating results. Again, very cool models. Definitely a new spin on the old kit. The old kit was super cool. I really like these as well. Skaven are looking awesome. And next we have the new Brood Terror. Out of the clan Moulder's horrific experiments, Brute Terrors are perhaps the most abhorrent. A Master Moulder is grafted into the large beast. These twin-headed monstrosities lash out with their hooked flails and warp flame scourges. Again, the lore on these guys, absolutely amazing. The body horror aspect in full display right here. And then we also have some Skaven reinforcements. So we have the Clanrats available for individual purchase. We have the Clawlord on Gnaw-beast, the Warplock Jezzails, Rat Ogors, all coming from the Skaven Tide box set. And then we also have the Ratling Warpblasters coming shortly after, Thanquol on Boneripper, and the Plaguepack, all being reboxed for individual purchase in fancy new 4th edition packaging. And then we have the Skaven Warscroll cards and dice. Orchestrate your devious battle plan with the aid of these 50 handy reference cards. It contains all 43 Warscroll cards alongside Skaven Spearhead cards to use the Gnaw-beast claw pack in games of Spearhead. The Great Horned Rat himself can also bless your rolls with a set of 16 Skaven themed dice. These are colored dark green with bright green pips and feature the Skaven logo on the 6th face. And someone did ask recently, so I just want to reiterate that the dice boycott does in fact continue. And then we have for Middle-earth strategy battle games, some made to order models, a bunch of the old stuff coming back. If you are after some of these, they will be available for a limited time and take about 180 days to be delivered. So about 6 months from when you order them, they make them, and then you actually get them. So very cool. Lots and lots of stuff coming right here. So if you did miss out on any of this stuff, here's your opportunity to pick it up on a made-to-order basis. And then we also have White Dwarf 504. September issue of White Dwarf is packed with fantastic Warhammer articles. Kroot mercenaries are the core focus, with rules for the new combat patrol taking your Kroot on crusade, and a monster hunting mission alongside an in-depth history of these alien mercenaries. For Warhammer Age of Sigmar fans, A Tale of 4 Warlords bows out with a huge 4-player battle, while there's a 2-player Stormcast Eternal and Skaven campaign. Definitely awesome to see another combat patrol set of rules being released for the Kroot mercenaries. So anybody that loves those Kroot and loves combat patrol, here's your option to put the two together and play with your Krooty boys. And then from Black Library, we have the Dawn of Fire Hand of Abaddon Special Edition. And then we also have the Hand of Abaddon in paperback and ebook format. And we also have Dominion Genesis in hardback and ebook format. And then we have Temple of Silence in paperback. And then we have the Lords of Nocturne Salamander Story Omnibus. So very cool. Lots of stuff coming out here. We see a massive release schedule from Games Workshop, just loaded down with stuff. If you're after Skaven, this is an amazing opportunity. If you're looking for some of those made-to-order Lord of the Rings models, they'll be back for a limited time only, so don't miss that window. Very, very exciting. I'm definitely going to be picking up this bad boy, and probably a couple other of the new Skaven kits. So let me know what you're most excited about, what you're going to be picking up. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. And the Vermin Doom is officially upon us. Almost. And I'm out of here.